Welcome back. Now today I wanted to talk to you about a book that I finished reading during the Christmas holiday booktubeathon, and that is Instructions for a Second-Hand Heart, which I've just gone off the title page. Instructions for a Second-Hand Heart by Tamsyn Murray. I'm showing you on my Kindle because that's how I read it, because I don't have a paperback copy because you can't get it in the US. But let me tell you, it's got a bit at the beginning that tells you what the book's about. So let me read that to you. It says, Johnny isn't like normal teenagers. Every day he wakes up in hospital, kept alive by a machine. Every day he wonders if this will be the day they find a donor match for his heart. Every day he wonders if this is the day he'll die. Every day, Neve fights with her perfect brother Leo. Every single day, Leo wins. Every day, Neve dreams of a life without Leo, but all that changes on the day of the accident, the day everything falls apart. This is a story about facing the future, no matter how frightening. This is a story about healing your heart, no matter how much it hurts. Okay, so you can obviously tell that this book is going to be a bit of an emotional one, a bit of an emotional roller coaster, which it definitely was. But for me, this book was so much more. It was so much more about celebrating life than about any sort of death. It's really hard to talk about it without giving anything away about, whether there'll be death, who will it be. So I'm going to try really hard not to do that. But I just love these characters, and I like the way that it was a dual narrative between these two characters. So you've got Johnny's side of the story, and then you've got Neve's side of the story. And it's the classic thing when you've got a dual narrative like this, where you actually get to see what somebody else's take on that particular event or that particular incident or something else that the other person said or done. And so I really loved that kind of dual narrative aspect of it. I really like the fact that both of them kind of have to face this kind of choosing life over death kind of thing. Again, really hard to talk about without giving too much away, but I like the fact that they both kind of are in that same sort of position, and it's not easy for them. They struggle with this, and that's part of the story and part of what was so good about it. This is a YA read, so it was quite a quick read. I read it pretty much all in one go. I read the first quarter one day and then the remaining 3 quarters the next day, just because I ran out of time the first day because I'd read a whole other book. But apart from that, you definitely could read this book in one sitting. There are really emotional moments in here. There are also really funny moments in here, and there are moments in here when you kind of forget that these characters are just teenagers, because they've kind of seen that life and death, that value of life there. They have this wisdom that perhaps some adult characters in narratives involving adult characters don't have, and so that was a really nice aspect for me. But I mean, overall, it was such a heartwarming story, and it really kind of makes you as a reader think about life and think about celebrating life and think about the choices that you make in life as well. And so I just recommend, without again talking too much about the plot or what happens, these characters are fabulous, the storyline is fabulous, the book as a whole is just a really great read, and so I'd really recommend picking this book up and giving it a go, whether YA is your thing or not. It's a valuable story, and definitely something which you will find pleasure in reading. Okay, so that's kind of my book talk on that one. Definitely get that one, pick it up now. I will leave a link to my blog where I've reviewed the book today as well, so if you want some more written coherent thoughts, you can go there, and there'll be a link to buy the book there as well. Okay, I will have another video for you soon, so I'll see you then. Bye.